Well, how you doing, folks? Papa Joe here. It's a Monday morning. You gotta love them. Only gonna work maybe 3.5 days or so this week. Maybe just 3, I'm not sure. I start vacation. I got plans, and it does not involve this truck, short of driving it to a stopping spot. Oh, I'm here in Houston. I kicked off 2 drops this morning and sitting over here where it looks like I'm going to start loading here more often since I'm going regional. And so far, yes, the regional seems to be doing good. You know, it's going to take a little time for us to get into the swing of what we're doing. Had somebody ask me, and I ain't going to look up their name. Somebody asked me about how much waiting time we do. You know, now that could be answered several different ways, but let me start off by telling you, if you're running for a major company, you cannot compare that to what I do. Not at all. Mom and pops treat stuff totally different than large corporations do. The large corporations, they got all them fancy computers and stuff, and as you send in your Qualcomm notices and all that, then the computer figures out who's the best for this, that, and the other. We don't do that. Which that friend of mine that drove for Swift that came over, he just did his first California turnaround. First off, he sure did enjoy running 70 miles an hour instead of 62. This is night and day difference for him between Swift's Qualcomm nonsense and the way we do stuff. Them large corporations, all they're worried about is their bottom line. They can tell you all the nonsense they want. They're worried about their bottom line. That's all there is to it. As you can tell, I'm getting loaded. And I just backed into the dock. Over here, and with those big companies, they don't want you to think. They don't want you to do nothing except what you're told. You're just another piece of equipment, period. And that ain't being mean, that's being honest. By now, y'all ought to know I'm an honest individual. Anyway, it's honest to the way I see it and I think about it. Little companies like ours, now we are getting a little more modern. Got that computer log right there. You know, some of them new trucks, you remember all the beep, beep, bark, bark, fart, fart, and all that nonsense they was doing in here. And so we are stepping up on that. But our company and our dispatchers, they don't want to babysit you. If you need somebody to hold your hand while you're trucking, this ain't the company for you. They expect to give you a load and say, driver, go. And they really don't expect to hear from you unless you're just touching base. They have recently, excuse me a second, been trying not to sneeze on you. They've recently did out a little deal saying they want the drivers to check in every morning, and that really ain't happening because we know our dispatchers. Our dispatchers know us. Plus, on top of that, these trucks are computerized. They can check their computer and tell where we're at. So, and they got their hands full enough. They don't need unnecessary harassment. Let's put it that way. So, my dispatcher, he ain't worried about me checking in. He knows if I have an issue, I'll call. If stuff changes, like this morning, he'll get in touch with me. Only thing changed this morning, I was supposed to take this to the yard tomorrow, either late tonight or tomorrow. Whenever I got up there, it delivers. It was supposed to deliver at 3 tomorrow afternoon. He was going to have me drop it, have one of the shuttle drivers deliver it, because it's less than 100 miles from the yard. But the broker contacted him and asked that I deliver it tomorrow morning. So for whatever reason, they need it earlier than it was scheduled for. And I'm fine with that. That's minor stuff. But by the same token, that's just us communicating, you know. I asked him if he had plans for this week for me, and reminded him that I wanted to be home Thursday, you know, get home Thursday, because I was leaving out on vacation Friday. And he hasn't got a plan together yet, but I ain't worried about him. I know he'll take care of business. As for your question on how long you set, man, that depends upon what freight lines you're running. If you're with one of these companies that do Walmart, grocery warehouses, dude, it's been notorious for years to set in them. If you only set in at 3 hours, that was a short stay. 4 to 6 to 8 hours is more the more the norm. And it's nature of the beast there. If you're hauling produce is a whole different ball game. So it's just going to depend upon. You done already? Thank you, brother. God bless you. So it's all going to just depend upon where you're at. As for me, I started this video as soon as I backed into the dock. 7 minutes and I'm done. So it just depends upon what kind of company you're with, what freight lines you're running, and what freight you're running. So the norm, if you're picking up and delivering every day, then you're going to lose an easy 2 or 3 hours and possibly 4 plus. Depends upon what you're doing. Today I've lost over an hour, but not much over it. So as you see here, I left my house at 8 o'clock this morning. What time is it now? 11:16. I need to get rid of that. It's 11:16, so I did 3 hours. Did 2 drives. Drove into Houston, which was right at 80 miles.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
Did 2 drops and a pickup, and drove 20 miles from the last drop to here. So no, I don't sit around a whole lot. There are days when I do. You've seen that in the videos. But I got trucking to do. I got a vacation coming up. Y'all remember, God loves you, and so do I. Y'all have a blessed day now. Bye.